Okay, you'd expect that this is the last problem. Instead of be a difficult problem, it doesn't appear to be difficult though. It says a man buys 60 shares of stock, part of them paying a dividend of $3.75 per share, and the remainder paying $4.25 per share. So I'm just going to say that there's he bought stock, and there's 60 shares, right? So some paid 3.75, and some paid 4.5. So I'm going to say X is the number of shares that pays 3.75. That's per share, by the way. All right? And I'm going to say Y is the number of shares that pays 4.5. All right? So let's write something down from the first sentence. The first sentence, we know that X plus Y is equal to 60. And we know the income from the dividends. Well, X pays 3.75, I'll just say. And Y, the number of shares there, would pay 4.5. That's the income. All right, now certainly I want to keep reading. It says, if the first part had paid, well, I'm going to call this the first part, and this the second part. Whoops. All right. So again, a man buys stocks, part paying dividend 3.75, the remainder 4.75. The first part had paid a dividend of 4.5. So this is the big if. If the income would have been this. Again, the first part paying 4.5. And the other one 3.75, right? So Y 3.75. Well, it goes on to say, if that were the case, right, the annual income would have been $12 less. So to make this equal to this, I've got to add $12 to this to make them equal. Well, I'm going to write this down. It's really two equations, two unknowns, and I need to simplify a tiny little bit, all right? So let me write this down for you. So X plus Y is 60, and then I'm going to be writing this equation down in a more simplistic way. 4 times 3, 12, 15 quarters. Plus, let's see, that's going to be, again, I'm doing this line over here. So 4 times 3 is 12, 12 plus 3 is 15 quarters. And that was going to be, 4.5 would be 9 halves. That would equal, let's see, 9 halves of an X. And then 15 quarters of a Y. And plus 12. All right, I'm going to kind of erase all my work over here. I'm kind of done with it. And I want to just emphasize that this is the part you want to be able to get to. Right after you're reading and understand what you've read is getting to something. So let's talk about what you need to get to. One is understanding the question. So I'm going to say X is the number of shares that pays a dividend of 3.75. Y is the number of shares that pay a dividend of 4. You know what? Did they say percent? No, you know it's a typo over here. This is not percent. So it's really dollars per share. And I got to correct that. But that's not a big deal. All right? And then what I do, I write down this equation. I got that written over there. And I wrote this equation over here. And I certainly simplified a little tiny bit, but I still got that down. Now my goal over here is to solve the equation. All right? Let me get my eraser out again. I'm just talking through it. And I want to say that I have something that I can actually simplify. And I really can't make the first equation any simpler. It's X plus Y is 60. But I want to make the second equation a little bit simpler by multiplying both sides by the LCD. And this is just me, by the way. You may not want to do that. So the LCD would be 4. So what do you get? 15X plus 18Y equals 18X plus 15Y plus 12. Oops, not plus 12. What am I saying? Multiplying by 4, right? And what's 4 times 12? 48. All right, I got to do something here. I'm going to get it in nice order. So it's minus 3x plus 3y equals 48. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide through by minus 3. And what do you get? You would get x minus y equals minus 16. And that's really the second equation, really kind of simple, isn't it? And what do you get over here? X plus y is equal to 60. I'm going to add them together. You're going to get 2x equals, let's see, what would you get? You get 44, right? And x would be 22. All right? Now what's y? If x is 22, y is going to be 38. So let's write the answer down now. So there's 22 shares that pay, and what do they pay? $3 3/4. So I'll just say $3.75 a share. And again, I'm not saying that's the question yet, but I got to read it. And 38 is the number of shares that pay. What did they pay? $4.50 a share. Again, I know there's some typos over here. I'll correct those typos over here. So it says solution x is 22, y is 38. I got that. So 22 share paying a dividend of $3. It's not percent though. It's $3 at $3.75 per share, and then 38. So good. But I'll make the corrections over here. I need to correct. I'll correct the wording. Again, thanks for paying attention. Appreciate it.